everybody. So we already know that riding on a PWC is an absolute ton of fun. But what about being behind one? Well, that's exactly what this model right here is all about. This is the 2020 Sea-Doo Wake 170, and I'm gonna review it. We're gonna hit the water. Of course, we're gonna do a top speed run, and then I'm actually gonna get someone on the end of the rope behind this unit, and we'll talk about all of the features that makes it so good for wakeboarding, water skiing, and any other kind of tow sport. So what are we waiting for? Let's do it. So starting at the back of the Wake here, here's one of the things that makes it unique. So first of all, this back section of the seat pops off, and this right here is what you're gonna actually tow people with. And not only does it adjust height so you can bring it up and you get a really flat tow angle, it also has these handles on it so the passenger who's back here can turn around and really be able to hold on tight. Now let me peel the other part of this seat off and show you what's powering this beast. So that is a 1,630cc naturally aspirated Rotax engine, and in this platform it's making 170 horsepower. Now the one thing that Sea-Doo does, which is a little different, this is a closed loop cooling system. This is liquid cooled, it's not water cooled, so it's not bringing in any water from the ocean or the lake or wherever you're actually running. So another thing Sea-Doo did, which I gotta show you guys, is they've added a ton more storage onto these units. So first of all, you have this storage right here in front of the rider. It's even deeper now, plus you have the waterproof cell phone case. That's honestly a super smart feature. And now let me also show you this big nose storage too. It's even deeper for 2020, even bigger. And one of the things that makes all of this new storage possible is a brand new hull design. So what Sea-Doo has done is they've taken the Polytech, essentially plastic, but it's very much reinforced plastic, and that was introduced on the Spark, the base model. Well, they've actually taken that and they've brought it up to these full-size models. So the hull design here is brand new, and that's allowing them to have some of that extra storage. Now, the advantage of the Polytech hull design is that unlike with fiberglass, when you get a scratch or you get a hole in the glass and you got to patch it, this plastic is scratch resistant, and if you were to punch a hole in it, you can actually just replace the entire hull. That's a pretty cool feature. Here we are on the water. Now, I didn't want to just ride this Wake 170 around empty because that's not what it's meant for. It's meant for tow sports. It's meant for wakeboarding, wake skating, water skiing, whatever the case may be. So I actually got one of the Sea-Doo reps, Tyler, on his wake skate, and I towed him because I wanted to see exactly how this thing feels. Now, really, the one feature it has, which is totally unique and really helps, is ski mode. Ski mode, you have two different settings you can play with. First is ramp. So that is the speed ramp, essentially how aggressive you're gonna come up out of the water. Now in ramp 1, it's an extremely slow takeoff, whereas ramp 5, you actually get going fairly quickly. Here is a ramp 1 takeoff. And now here is a ramp 5 takeoff. So as you can see from those shots, it's a dramatic difference going from 1 to 5. Now in 1, maybe you're towing little kids on a tube and you want it to be a very calm experience. And in 5, well, maybe you're towing someone on a wake skate and you need to get that power to get them up out of the water. Now, once you're done with the speed ramp, you can set your top speed. Just pin the throttle and it will make sure you have that ramp right up out of the water, whatever you set, and then it will just stick right at that top speed. So it's just, taking two elements out of the equation that the driver no longer needs to think about. Here's another great feature on the Wake. It's a rack for your wakeboard or your wake skate in this case, controlled by these bungees, so it gets a nice tight hold on whatever's in there. I've been ripping around today, absolutely just forgetting it was there, and so far so good, it hasn't come off. But one word of caution, even without a board in it, when you're going not too fast and you're hooking hard left-hand turns, this actually ends up dragging in the water and you get some spray up off of it. There's another feature here which is really handy, although it is not unique to the Wake model. It's the mirrors. It's super nice to have mirrors when you're out on the water so you can watch for other watercraft, but it's really nice when you have someone back there on the end of the rope and you need to spot them. Now, we are in Florida right now, and legally, you don't need a spotter here on the back. I know that's different in some provinces and some states, but here, you don't need a spotter. So if you are riding alone with someone back there, it's nice to have the mirrors so you don't need to constantly, be doing these checks. Again, you can pay attention to what's in front of you and then just glance down at your mirrors and make sure that the guy back there is still there. Now, ski mode is the only unique drive mode to this model, but there are other drive modes here. Thanks to Sea-Doo's ITC, or Intelligent Throttle Control System, it allows these things to have those drive modes. And just so you know, ITC is throttle by wire, so there's no cable hooked up to this handle. It sends a signal to the ECU, which then, gets the engine up and moving. Now, like I said, it allows me to have other drive modes as well. Eco mode, if you want to save gas, and then sport mode, if you really want to take off up and out of the water. Now let me also take a chance to talk about the IVR system. That's the intelligent brake here on the Sea-Doo. So basically, to drive the Sea-Doo, you have two handles, one on the right, one on the left. If you just pop the right, you go into forward, pop the left, you go into neutral, and then you hold down the left and throttle, and you go into reverse. It really is an intuitive, smart system, and I think even for people who've never ridden before, you hop on and it's pretty easy to figure out. That being said though, for 2020, Sea-Doo has really gone crazy with the safety stickers. Now trust me guys, I love safety of course, but this might be a little bit of overkill. All right, everybody, time for a top speed run here on the Sea-Doo Wake 170. So first of all, of course, you gotta put it into sport mode. So you hold down the mode button. Now I've got it in sport mode. And guys, I wanna see exactly how fast this thing will go. So what are we waiting for? Let's take off. Here we go. Well, there it is. 54 miles per hour. 54 was the quickest I could get this Wake up to. Was hoping for 55, but couldn't quite get there. So the Wake model, like the GTI and the GTR 230, is based on this new Polytech 2 hull. And when you're out here actually riding, it's not a massive difference from the old model. There's a little bit less weight here, which is always appreciated, almost 40 pounds less, and that definitely makes a bit of a difference. But in terms of handling, it still handles just like before, which is actually a great thing because these models do handle quite well. When you throw it into a turn, it does seem to really stick and be responsive. But yeah, so far, you know what? It seems like Sea-Doo's just improved things all the way around. Well, everybody, I really do think wakeboarding is more popular than ever right now, and what Sea-Doo has done here is made a model that just makes it easy for you and your friends to get out on the water. So that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you go below, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this Wake and its super cool retro graphics, and as always, hit like, hit subscribe, and then come right back to the channel as we keep bringing you news, views, and real-world Sea-Doo Florida reviews. See ya!